Manchester United. Now, moving on to fifth position, I believe now in the Premier League, the fifth position does get a Champions League spot, right? So based on the coefficient of the way last season went, and it's very possible that the English sides could do well again in the Champions League this season. So fifth position, keeping in mind that this could be a Champions League spot. All right, so Toby.
Yeah, I definitely. The fifth place is going to be a new thing now because the way we've invested, I'm talking like a league in general. A lot of stars are coming to the Premier League this summer. The Verts of
Mm,
the world, the Gyökeres, the Šeškos, and many more players like Esteval is coming. So more and more, like we're going to see the English clubs do really well in Europe, I think, because multiple
mm,
teams are trying to improve and invest in their squad and take the level up. In terms of fifth place. I've been looking at the trends recently, and this thing has been happening with a lot of clubs where so we have the established top four, the established top six. We know those sides that everybody knows about. Then we have the kind of like the newcomers that try to fill up the top eight, top 10 that want to break
mm,
in, right? The Aston Villas, the Newcastles, even Nottingham Forest that want to start, Brighton, Bournemouth, they're trying to get into that mix, right? And what you find
mm,
I've been noticing that okay, they make the Champions League, they realize that wow, all these games, the Tuesday to Sunday, the Thursday to Sunday mix is very difficult to maintain. Then they drop out.
yeah.
Somebody else takes their place, and that person
Mm,
has that same issue and eventually drops out. Newcastle and
mm,
Aston Villa have had this effect the last two
yeah.
seasons. So I'm gonna go with Aston Villa to make fifth. So the way like previously the last year it was I think Newcastle made it, Aston Villa didn't make it, Newcastle fell out,
Yeah.
Aston Villa then made it, now Aston Villa has fallen now. Newcastle now has it. I think that's going to
Mm,
switch now, where Aston Villa will be able to make the fifth place position to be able to qualify for the Champions League. In terms of where that team is at, I think it's really important for them to retain Ollie Watkins. I think Unai Emery needs to go speak to Ollie Watkins, give him a new contract, and like let him know that he's this guy. Because I think the whole situation with John Duran as well as Marcus Rashford, Watkins probably has felt unsettled and doesn't feel like,
mm,
oh, I'm the guy for them. I don't think that team is far off. I think they've already have like a lot of chemistry together. They've played some really amazing games against Arsenal, against City, against PSG. So they can perform. I just think it's like about like establishing themselves, getting that muscle memory of being a top five, top six side. So I think with a few signings they could do well. I actually don't think Aston Villa has done that much business. I think they did get a new attacker from France. I can't pronounce his name too well. Groussan, something like that. But I think he plays for
mm,
like Nantes or Lille or
yeah.
Nice. I don't know too
Yeah.
much, but I know he's a new attacker they've gone, so definitely something more creative to score more goals. But they have amazing wing depth. They also have amazing midfielders and a great coach in Unai Emery. I see Villa in fifth as a solid shout.
Yeah, very, very good one by Toby. Considering the way things have been swapping and changing over the years, obviously due to the competitiveness of the league and the side effects of competing in both the league and either the Champions League or the Europa League. Obviously, there are consequences for that. But one thing about Villa is that I do think that they're such a good quality side. My problem with them is the lack of depth in quality, and I think obviously that's down to financials as well. Villa are not that much of a rich club, and obviously that's why they were not able to acquire the services of Marcus Rashford and Marco Asensio long term. Those two targets are gone now, and in a way, for me, I see Emil Buendia coming back as a new signing. I think he had a decent spell at Leverkusen at the second half of the season. So for me, I see him as a new signing, possibly like the Asensio replacement. And then Buson, just like Toby already highlighted, he's a very exciting player. For me, he didn't have such much of a great season in Ligue 1. He had sparring moments of brilliance for me, but yeah, he is a top player, and I think Unai Emery and Villa's scouting system, they've got a good eye for young talent. So him coming in, hopefully, he's able to hit the ground running. However, I'm quite skeptical about his signing because Jadon Philogene wasn't able to hit the ground running at Villa. He
Mm.
wasn't given game time. Same thing with the left winger. Um, his name skips my mind at the moment. He's got a very outstanding leap. The one from he used to play at Juventus, and then he went there. He then went to loan to Borough as well. So I think it's down to Unai Emery and the way he wants to manage his team. I think he needs to rotate the team more often and make better use of the squad. If he does that, for sure, Villa would be a good shout for fifth position. So, Tolu, over to you.
Okay, fifth position, I have Newcastle.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
So last season they were fifth, still fourth. Hold on a sec.
I think they finished sixth last season, actually. Yeah.
Sixth.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, it's
yeah.
around that. So yeah, I think because like they have a solid project going on there as well with the acquisition, and they will they will move forward to like make some progress, but they have like a number of challenges to navigate. So it's sort of dependent on those like, so the transfer window, it's not over yet. Like
Mm.
the I guess they are going to have to like find a foolproof method to attract players because they're struggling. Saw what happened with Sheshko, that deal, and they've been other ones. It's almost as if they are repelling all of their targets.
Mm.